Hey, it's Alexis, and it's time to pick July's TBR. So, I think I'm going to do 8 books. We're also going back to the TBR jar, by the way. But I'm also going on vacation, so I want to talk about my vacation TBR real quick. It's only 3 books. These just feel like vacation-y vibe books, so I'm going to take them with me. So, we have The Perfect Couple by Ellen Hildebrand, The Bookstore on the Beach by Brenda Novick, and The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. I don't know what it is, but these are just giving me vacation beach vibes. That's where I'm going, so I'm gonna bring these along with me. So I also redid the cart and put books that give me summer vibes on here. Can you even see them all? We're going to pick 8 prompts and hopefully get books off the cart, but if we have to pick off the shelves, that's fine too. So let's get started. Prompt number 1. A book that you have been scared to read. I don't know if there's any on the cart, honestly, but let's see. Yeah, there's not really anything on the cart that I've been scared to read, but I know the perfect one on my shelf. So, a book that I have been scared to read, Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I heard you either love this one or you hate it, and that it's super toxic, so I've just been putting it off. But I guess now is as good a time as any, right? So, book number 1 on July's TBR, Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. All right, book number 2. A book you got for Christmas. I don't know if there's any on the cart for this one either. But my mom got me this one for Christmas, so here we go. I have Is She Really Going Out With Him by Sophie Cousins. This one says, columnist Anna Appleby has left her love life behind after a painful divorce. Who needs a man when she has 2 kids, a cat, and uncontested control of the TV remote? Besides, she'd rather be single than subject herself to the hell of online dating, but her office rival is vying for her column, and no column means no stable source of income. In a desperate attempt to keep her job, Anna finds herself pitching a unique angle, 7 dates, all found offline, chosen by her children. That sounds like it's going to be interesting, so I'm excited for this one. Okay, prompt number 3. A book with less than 300 pages. I don't know that off the top of my head, so let's get to looking. 305. This one's 289, so this is the contender. 316, 320, 321. Darn. But this one's 292, 307. But the text is giant, so does it really count? It counts. 334, 313. These are like so close, but they're not under 300. And this one is 288. So I'm gonna just assume that these 3 are my only options. So we could do The Princess Swap by Kim Bussing. This is book 1, which is Cinderella and the Beast or Beauty in the Glass Slipper. My Best Friend's Honeymoon by Meryl Wilsner. Or My Big Fat Fake Marriage by Charlotte Stein. And I think I'm going to pick My Best Friend's Honeymoon by Meryl Wilsner, because this one's just more screaming summer to me. So this one says, sometimes to find a happily ever after, you just have to ask. Elsie Hoffman has been engaged to her college boyfriend for a year and a half. Jenny Holtz has been in love with Elsie for almost a decade and a half. When Elsie discovers her fiancé already planned their wedding and honeymoon as a surprise, and she's expected to be in a white dress in 7 days, she swiftly realizes she let herself become too comfortable with the future she never wanted. She breaks things off, and a week later is on a plane to the Caribbean for her non-refundable honeymoon with her best friend Jenny instead. So this just sounds like it's going to be a good time. Okay, prompt number 4. A book with a beautiful cover. Well, is it a book that I think has a beautiful cover, or what? That's what I'm going to go with. The one I think is beautiful. I really love You, the View. Like, it's just so stunning. I also really like The Summer of Yes. Like, this cover is really beautiful too. I think this cover is really cute. I also love the cover of Passion Project. So, I think I'm going to pick from these 4. I think I'm going to pick The Summer of Yes by Courtney Walsh. So this one says, this wasn't how Kelsey Worthington's day was supposed to go. She wasn't supposed to be picking up Starbucks for her smarmy boss. She wasn't supposed to get hit by a car that jumped the curb. and she certainly wasn't supposed to wake up in a hospital room next to Georgia Tate, the legendary matriarch of New York City businesswomen. They could not be more opposite. Kelsey's a dreamer, a writer who questions her own skill, and Georgia is a confident businesswoman whose years of shouldering her way into boardrooms and making her voice heard have made her far too outspoken for the faint of heart. But now, Georgia's failing kidneys force her to face some big regrets about the way she's lived her life. The two women recognize they share a common thread. Maybe it's time to confront a few things. They must ask themselves, what if I said yes to everything I've always said no to? So this just sounds like it's going to be a fun time. I'm excited for this one. Prompt number 5. A book you got from a thrift store. Okay, let's see if there's any on here. I think this is the only one on here. So we have The Gunkle by Stephen Rowley. This one says, Patrick, or gay Uncle Patrick, has always loved his niece, Macy, and nephew Grant. That is, he loves spending time with them when they come out to Palm Springs for week-long visits or when he heads home to Connecticut for the holidays. So when tragedy strikes and Patrick finds himself suddenly taking on the role of primary guardian, he's honestly overwhelmed. I feel like any of us would be. Patrick has no idea what to expect. Having spent years barely holding on after the loss of his great love, a somewhat stalled acting career, and a lifestyle not so suited to a 6 and 9-year-old. But when his waggish set of gunkle rules no longer appease Maisie and Grant's parental void, Patrick's eyes are open to a new sense of responsibility and the realization that sometimes, even being larger than life means you're unfailingly human. So this one just sounds like it's going to be a good time, and I've heard amazing things about this, so I'm really excited for it. Okay, prompt number 6. Start a new series. Okay. I mean, I technically already am, but we'll see what happens. So it looks like I have 3 options for this. So I have When in Rome by Sarah Adams, Throttled by Lauren Asher, and Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I think I'm going to pick When in Rome by Sarah Adams, because I've been meaning to get to this one for a really long time. So this one says, Amelia Rose, known as Ray Rose to her adoring fans, is burned out from years of maintaining her Princess of Pop image. Inspired by her favorite Audrey Hepburn film, Roman Holiday, she drives off in the middle of the night for a break in Rome, Kentucky, that is. When Noah Walker finds Amelia on his front lawn in her broke-down car, he makes it clear he doesn't have the time or patience for celebrity problems. He's too busy running the pie shop his grandmother left him and reminding his nosy but lovable neighbors to mind their own damn business. Despite his better judgment, he lets her stay in his guest room, but only until her car is fixed. Then she's on her own. But Noah starts to see a different side of Ray Rose. He sees the real Amelia, kind-hearted and goofy, yet lonely from years in the public eye. He can't help but get close to her. Soon she'll have to return to her glamorous life on tour, but until then, Noah will show Amelia all the charming small-town experiences she's been missing, and she'll help him open his heart to more. This sounds like it's going to be so much fun. I'm really excited for this. Prompt number 7. A book with real people on the cover. Let's see if I have any on the cart, because I don't know. This is the only one I have on the cart, so I guess we're going with The Favorites by Lane Fargo. So I don't really know much about what this book is about, but I've heard great things about it, and apparently it's something about a figure skater or something, so let's see what this is about. She might not have a famous name, funding, or her family's support, but Katarina Shaw has always known that she was destined to become an Olympic skater. When she meets Heath Roca, I guess, a lonely kid stuck in the foster care system, their instant connection makes them a formidable duo on the ice. Clinging to skating and each other to escape their turbulent lives, Kat and Heath go from childhood sweethearts to champion ice dancers, captivating the world with their scorching chemistry, rebellious style, and roller coaster relationship, until a shocking incident at the Olympic Games brings their partnership to a sudden end. I'm gonna love this one. And last prompt. A book with stars, sun, or moon on the cover. These are stars, right? Or would you call them twinkles? I don't know. And then I think that's the sun. I don't really know if this is a sun. It kind of looks like one, but I can't really tell. So I think I'm gonna have to go with this one because it really does look like there's stars, like up here. So we're gonna pick The Wish Switch by Lynn Painter. This is actually a middle grade book, and I'm just excited to see how this is. Like, I've loved everything else that Lynn Painter's written, so I want to see how her middle grade books are. So, this one says, imagine all of your dreams coming true for someone else. Emma Rockford is determined to make middle school next level amazing. Luckily, she has detailed instructions for how to tap into ancient, actual magic to grant wishes for her and her friends. But Emma's luck runs out when her obnoxious new neighbor Jackson interrupts her wishing at the worst possible moment and throws everything off course. When school starts, Emma's wishes are coming true all right, but not for her, for Jackson. On top of being completely unfair to Emma, this mix-up could ruin Jackson's life. Emma and Jackson have to fix this wish switch mess fast. Can they find a way to work together in time to prevent total catastrophe? So this just sounds like it's going to be cute, fun little time. So I'm excited for this one. So these are going to be the 8 books on July's TBR, plus the 3 books on my vacation TBR. Let's quickly run back through them. So when I go on vacation, I'm taking The Bookshop on the Beach by Brenda Novick, The Perfect Couple by Ellen Hildebrand, and The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. And then my July TBR, for a book with sun, moon, or stars on the cover, we have The Wish Switch by Lynn Painter. That's literally a tongue twister. For a book with real people on the cover, we have The Favorites by Elaine Fargo. For the start of a new series, we have When in Rome by Sarah Adams. For a book that I got from a thrift store, we have The Gungle by Stephen Rowley. For a book with a beautiful cover, we have The Summer of Yes by Courtney Walsh. For a book under 300 pages, we have My Best Friend's Honeymoon by Meryl Wilsner. For a book that I got for Christmas, we have Is She Really Going Out With Him by Sophie Cousins. And for a book that I've been scared to read, we have Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.